Parsha Ki Teitzei contains many, many mitzvot of the Torah, all different types. And one of them is the mitzvah of Lo Tashok Sechir Ani Ve'evion. You shall not withhold the wages of a poor and destitute person. Now really this applies to everybody, but of course the Torah specifies the poor and destitute person because they're vulnerable and it's easy to take advantage of them. So if you have somebody who's working for you, you're not allowed to suppress their wages and not give it to them. You're more, you have to give it to him on the day. So for example, the Talmud explains, if somebody works for you during the day, you have the entire night to pay them. By sunrise, you have to pay them. If a person worked for you the entire night, you have the next day to give them their wages. So by the time the sun sets, you have to give them their wages. And if you withhold their wages, the Torah says this is a very, very serious thing. That person puts their life on the line to earn their wages. They may even be involved in some type of a dangerous activity. They're somebody who works on scaffolding, or perhaps they clean windows of skyscrapers. Why do they do it? Because they want to provide for themselves and their family. That's why they're doing it. And you're going to withhold their schar, you're going to withhold their salary and their wages. That is an extremely bad thing to do. There is a book that's written by the Teitzei, Sefer Mitzvot HaKatzar, where he summarizes the mitzvot that we can do today in our generation, that we don't have a temple, many Jews are not living in the land of Israel, we don't have all of the sacrifices, and some other laws. And in the English introduction to this book, the translator says something very interesting. He says it's vitally important to know what is a mitzvah, what activities we do during the day are mitzvot. Because it could be that we will do a mitzvah and not even know we're doing a mitzvah, and then we will not be credited for doing that mitzvah. Because mitzvahs have to be done with intent. And he gives an example, it's an interesting example. He says, let's say you take a taxi, and at the end of the ride, you pay the taxi driver. You've actually just done a mitzvah. Because the Torah, and this is the mitzvah we've just discussed, the Torah says that if you hire somebody to work for you, you have to pay them that very day. So when you pay the taxi driver straight away, you're actually fulfilling a mitzvah. But if you're not aware of it, then you're going to lose out. How many times during the month, and for some people during the day, do they fulfill this mitzvah? They have many people working for them with daily wages or salary, whatever the case is. They're taking an Uber. When you pay the person, you are in fact fulfilling a mitzvah. So keep this in mind. And remember that the person is putting their life on the line in order to provide for themselves and their family. Why would you want to make them beg for their salary, their wages? It's the worst thing that you can do. Fulfill the mitzvah. Don't withhold the wages. Give it to him or to her on the day, and you will be blessed. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.